Done? Primping? All right. We are two sisters from Atlanta, Georgia. My name is Rebecca.
And I'm Megan.
I'm the younger of the two sisters.
I'm the older, and I play lap steel, sing a little bit of harmony.
And
she's lead voice.
Most electric guitar.
We are Larkin Poe.
I think as a general rule, it's tricky to sum up your sound. You know, any band, I think every band has a hard time summing up what they play, but we do consider ourselves mostly roots rock and roll. We grew up in the South, listening to lots of classic rock bands, you know, like Allman Brothers and Doobie Brothers, and, you know, a lot of, I think, music that draws from the deep roots of the South. I would say even their West Coast band, Creedence Clearwater, was a big influence for us, and of course, Led Zeppelin and a lot of, you know, some of the Brit bands, Rolling Stones coming over. So we call it roots rock and roll, but it's kind of a bit of everything.
I think we are lucky to come from an area that breeds a lot of great music.
From Tennessee, there's all these little Mountain Opries that we grew up going into picking parties and things for bluegrass.
We grew up involved in a lot of the roots music of our area, and it is really incredible music.
Yeah.
Our mom put us into classical violin lessons when we were 3 and 4.
Babies.
That's a horrible thing to hear a 3-year-old play, but we were very lucky that she put us in lessons when we were young, and everything kind of expanded from there. We don't come from a very musical family, although they are music lovers. They have great taste in music.
I remember growing up and our dad would roll us around in a minivan, and while our mom was playing Mozart tapes, our dad was playing, you know, Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young, and all of, like, any of Neil Young's records. And I remember him crying over the lyrics of songs. He would get so obsessed with songs and listening to the words. And I think as a kid, it always felt very intriguing. At a super young age, maybe you can't emotionally resonate with too many songs, but I remember wanting that. And so as we came into our mid to late teens and we started the band, and it had never really occurred to us to write our own songs, at some point there was this tipping in which we decided that that was something we really needed to do in order to fully express our own story. And luckily we've been able to kind of put a voice to, I think, our own feelings, and learning how to be more vulnerable with the lyrics and figuring out things that we need to speak to as artists. I listened to Jeff Buckley's record, Grace, for the first time, and I hated it. It was ugly, and there was distortion, and it made me feel uncomfortable. And then I listened to it again, and I listened to it again, and listened to it again. And I think once I fully fell in love with that record, I just couldn't stop listening to it. I wanted to be Jeff, and I wanted to write songs like him and play guitar like him.
I had tried to play acoustic guitar, mandolin, a bunch of different instruments, and nothing really resonated with me until I heard the resonator. And that was when it really clicked for me. Music really clicked for me. I don't sing lead. I like to sing harmony, but I consider my real voice to be the slide.
Being strong instrumentalists, especially as ladies, has always been important for us. We originally released a collection of songs. Like, our first debut record was kin, which in the South is like a word for family, like your kith and your kin. And so we were sitting there talking about the re-release of the record. We recorded some new songs. Universal in Europe had picked up the record, and so it felt like a natural progression for us to kind of make it into this candy goodie basket of songs, old and new, and repackage it. And I was just kind of messing around. I was like, hey, we should call it Reskinned, because it feels like an Inception moment, because it has kin from Larkin Poe, and then it's reskinned. And it made us laugh, and I think oftentimes when things make you laugh, you should stick with them.
We feel so lucky to have been able to spend so much time with Elvis Costello. I mean, this is coming up probably our 8th year of being involved in his music.
To have that relationship develop over so many years, I think, has been a really important thing for us. One, just to have somebody of his stature champion us. He's put us in a lot of situations where we had access to people and opportunities that we wouldn't have had otherwise. I mean, we were out in Los Angeles on tour with him last year for this detour leg, and he got a call from Conan O'Brien, and they were asking him, he's like, oh, we had a last-minute dropout. Do you want to come and perform, Elvis? We'd love to have you on. And he said, no, I don't want to, but I know somebody you should have. And so as a direct result, like, The next day we went in and filmed Conan. So to watch that happen, to know that we still live in an era in which other people can have such an influence on who you are and what you do in a positive way, we feel very, very thankful. I would say one of the biggest takeaway messages that he's given us would be one to defy any kind of genre box that people try to put you in. I think that he is a firm believer and really I think living proof of the fact that artists can have long careers with a lot of longevity in which you branch out into a lot of different genres, make different records, and as long as you are delivering good music to your fans, it really doesn't matter what it is, just so long as it's good. And I think that that's been a good lesson.
And also how to wear a suit, damn.
Damn.
He looks good all the time. I've never seen him when he didn't look
like $1 million.
Like Elvis Costello.
Yeah.
We were trying to imagine him on the beach.
He would be in a three-piece
He would be in a three-piece suit. I mean, it's like...
Hi, we're Larkin Poe.
And you're watching Baeblemusic.